Slick Ric Bucher, but Acho, have the new look Nets put the NBA on notice?
No, they have not. And the new look Nets haven't put the NBA on notice because we haven't seen the new look Nets just yet. Marcellus, Wiley, I came on this show and the very first thing you did, I'm so appreciative, you said, Acho, you look good today. Because based on this outfit, you said I look good. But still, if I started to add pieces to the fit, came up here like this, I'm not convinced that you would still think this outfit looked good. Because that one extra addition all of a sudden detracted from what originally looked good. So I'm not going to sit here and say that the Nets with James Harden and Kevin Durant look good, because that's not the new look Nets. The new look Nets are still missing a piece, and I've told y'all about addition by subtraction. If there can be subtraction, if there can be addition by subtraction, there can be subtraction by addition. I am waiting to cast judgment on the new look Nets until the outfit is complete.
Oh, man.
Thank you, Acho. No, they didn't put anybody on notice other than what we expected, which is, can James Harden and Kevin Durant score the ball, and do they have chemistry from this being their second time around? Absolutely. But I had a feeling that Acho was going to go this direction and that Wiley might not go the same direction.
You think?
And this is what I appreciate, that Marcellus might be the nerd, but Acho,
I love being
his methodology is that he thinks and speaks methodically. And so I've decided that I would bring the stats for our nerd. Did you guys, either one of you, look up the number of dribbles? There's a stat where they rank players based on the number of shots they take after 0 dribbles, 1 dribble, all the way up to 7+ dribbles. Do you know who's third on that list? That would be James Harden.
Duh.
Do you know who's fourth on the list? That would be Kyrie Irving. So to Acho's point, have they looked good with Harden and Durant? Absolutely. It's what we would have expected. Whether this is going to work for the Nets depends on Kyrie and James Harden working together. And we've got 2 ball-dominant guys, and we haven't seen them on the floor yet. So until we do, I can't pass judgment on whether this Nets experiment is actually going to work.
Oh, interesting. Well, I think the NBA is on notice, and yes, I am a nerd and very proud of it. Look, book it right now, Clippers and Nets in the finals, if not Lakers and Nets. And it hurts me to say that, but I got to be real and do my job, even the nerd I am. Let's be real about what's happening right now, because they're 2-0 since they got back together on a 4-game winning streak. They are terrorizing opponents. Simply stated, first teammates ever to score 30 or more points in the first 2 games together. Because that is a fact, and the fact of the matter is the East is wide open. The East is for the taking. Y'all don't understand what my perspective is based off of. The relative experience, the competition level. Let's look at the Sixers. Let's look at the Nets, and let's look at the Bucks, who they beat last night. Those are the only 3 teams in the East with 9 wins. Okay. I mean, we know Miami's going to be there. We could go out there and say some other teams as well, Boston. But the teams at the top right now, Sixers, Bucks, and Nets. They just took care of the Bucks without Kyrie Irving, y'all. Without the wool cap, whatever the hell that was Acho put on. And y'all trying to tell me Kyrie Irving's game is a wool cap? Boy, stop. It's much fresher than that. Silky, if you really want to go there. So here's the thing. With your imagination, you could go a lot of places. Selective perception. You can either love something that you don't know just yet, you can hate something you don't know just yet, or you can use what you guys are employing right now. Apathy. I don't know. I don't care. We'll see. Oh, that's fine. But here's the thing. Being ambivalent to this situation is not going to help you, because you're going to have to make a decision, just like the opponents already in 2 games had to make a decision. I give you 2 examples. Giannis yesterday, after the loss, he's like, yo, this is what they do. As I quote, they wake up, they come to the game, score 30. You don't lock them down, they can score 50. Oh, what about the last possession for this same Nets team that right now is still undermanned? They kick it out to Harden. He misses it. Harden gets the rebound. Kevin Durant gets the ball. Bucket. game over. This is just the beginning. This is just the building. This is just a stepping stone to what's going to be great and putting everyone on notice. If you don't want to listen, you're going to be late to this party.
Here's what the real problem, and I think the problem that you're ignoring is this. Marcellus, where are Kyrie's shots going to come from? Yesterday, James Harden took 25 shots. Yesterday, Kevin Durant, beating the Bucks, took 21 shots. 6 other players played in that game.
In the morning.
5 of the other players combined to take 26 shots. So if James Harden took 25 and 5 players combined took 26, where Kyrie's shots going to come from?
I got you.
I have one guess. They might come from Jeff Green. They might come from Joe Harris. But, oh, wait. Those 2 players combined to go 9 for 12 from the three-point line. Kyrie ain't going 9 for 12 from the three-point line. So, again, I ask you, it can be rhetorical. You can ponder it as you're trying to figure out your other life goals and ambitions. Where are Kyrie's shots going to come from? Because if they come from Harden, that don't help the team. If they come from KD, that definitely don't help the team. It also appears if they come from Jeff Green and Joe Harris, that's not helping the team. So, again, just because you get Kyrie on the court, who is a walking bucket, that can be an issue because you already got buckets.
I'm going to go right past the fact that we also don't know how much of Kyrie Irving we're going to get. He just missed 2 weeks, and we don't know exactly why or what, which leaves us with wondering, is he going to be gone again? How long is he going to be gone? But again, because Marcellus is the nerd, I will stay with the statistical argument because Acho pretty much nailed everything else.
Yeah, right.
Let's go away from the 3 and let's go away from the shots because offensively, yeah, even look, they all want to make it work, and I have doubts that Kyrie Irving wants to be the third wheel, but let's say they make that work. There's the other end of the floor.
Yeah.
And right now, the Brooklyn Nets defensively are bottom half of the league defensively. Rebounding, bottom half of the league when it comes to rebounding. And as you guys know, we like, even with football, we love to talk about the skill positions and the quarterback and the wide receivers and the running backs. But the difference between winning a few big games and winning them all is in the trenches with the lines. And that equates to the defensive end of the floor for NBA teams. So, yes, are they going to be dynamic offensively? I expected that with Kyrie and KD alone. Are they going to be able to get it done defensively when they traded some of their best defensive players in order to get Harden? That is the part of this equation that I have yet to see and have my doubts that we will.
Oh, Slick Rick, man. All those books up there. And if, like my teacher used to do, when you grab a book, start opening it, see where them pages stick. Oh, none of those books pages stick because it doesn't look like you're reading much. You know why? Defense matters? Defense?
Yes,
you went to the
defense matters.
Oh, really? Okay, so how in the hell did the Lakers win the championship when they allowed the most points per game, highest opponent field goal percentage, and highest opponent's three-point percentage in the last 20 years? Oh, defense matters.
Are you talking bubble? Are you bringing up bubble?
Hey, go with me with the asterisk. Now you going where I want to go. Hey, we can say it doesn't count, then we can have a whole different show. But the point is, you can now, don't undermine what the championship looked like. Don't undermine the experience now just because you got to win this point about defense. Let's talk about
bubble?
I'm out the bubble now. My big old ass got out the bubble. Now I'm going on offense right here. More importantly, not just what James Harden and Kevin Durant are in terms of buckets, but what it's doing to the defense that they're playing against. Did y'all hear Drew Holiday talk yesterday? See, I do this, man. I really do this. This is a passion of mine. Watching Drew Holiday talk about this team, he said, trying to defend those 2 Nets, 2, not even 3. He said 2 Nets players. Give the role players too much room. Joe Harris, we just talked about, knocked down 5 3-pointers and finished with 20 points. Here's the thing, what y'all are not imagining, because I am an eternal optimist, and you guys are pathetic pessimists. Here's the thing. That role player that Drew Holiday's talking about will now be Kyrie Irving. Who's guarding him will be a role player. Oh, my goodness. What is this going to look like when those 2 out there combine forces and activate now with Kyrie Irving?
I'll tell you what it'll look like. It'll look like a lot smaller than yesterday when they lost the rebounding battle and gave up 55 to Milwaukee. And you still haven't said anything about defense.
I don't care about defense.
How is Kyrie Irving and James Harden going to be able to depend on the perimeter?
It didn't hurt the Lakers.
You just told me that their offense was going to be better. I get that.
Didn't hurt the Lakers.
But where does that improve the defense.
Yeah, it's slick. Marcellus is ignoring the one pivotal point that will completely undermine his point.
The champs had a bad defense.
It's been since 2001 and 2002 season that an NBA Finals team that wasn't top 10 in defensive rating won the Finals. Sal, it's been 20 years. To win a chip, you have to be top 10 in defensive rating. And I don't know what you looked up, but the Lakers were third last year. So sure, the teams have some threes in the bubble. Yes, maybe. But Sal, if you want to win it all, you better learn how to play some defense. You acting out like Kyrie is.